First of all, thank you very much for inviting me in this beautiful gathering. Okay, thank you very much for introducing me. Yes, I know you for a long time, but I will not tell you how many years I know you. And yes, I enjoyed all my life in the energy world. The first meeting I was in joined OPEC was 1972. I was a very, very young delegate, and I was in the back seat. But I was moving slowly from the back, the third stage, then the second stage, and finally, 92, I was in the main table. So it's a long journey. Long journey in the energy world. It's always, very close to me. Somebody asked me when I moved from the energy after 20 years, are you going to quit energy? I said, oh, I'm addicted to energy. Energy in my blood. So it's very difficult, to be away from energy. I always will be very close to the energy world because this is my career. I spent more than 39 years in this field. So it's a very, 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 very difficult and also even impossible to leave the energy world. I will be very close to it. I will be always in touch with my world through, participating in gathering or meetings or conferences. This will be my own, experience, and I would like to share my own experience and also to continue sharing the other experience because both sides, we always need each other. Anyway, first of all, Your Excellency Mohammed Ra'an, thank you very much for receiving me last night, and thank you very much for us. You are an old friend. Also, we never forget about our working together for a long time. Me and Mohammed, we work very closely for many, many years. Either we are ministers or even before then we become ministers. So I know Mohammed also for a long time, and I think Mohammed is doing a great job, and he continues to do this great job. And I always in touch with him until from time to time, and we never stop from touching and calling each other. And it's a great pleasure to be here for the Gulf Intelligence Energy Forum and to have the opportunity to discuss the future of our industry. The organizer asked me to speak about the end of easy oil. First, let me to share with you a confidence from my experience. In the industry, there never was any easy oil or easy natural gas. Let us address the challenges that our industry will face in the coming years. The forum is taking place at a time when the world is entering again in a turbulent time regarding the current macroeconomic imbalances in Europe and USA. Despite this threat to global economic growth, the energy demand will continue to grow rapidly under the leadership of the emerging economies, especially China and India. According to the International Energy Agency, energy demand in Asia will almost double by 2035, while consumptions in the OECD will remain almost constant. Non-OECD countries lead the growth in energy consumptions. Their rapid economic development is expected to outweigh energy efficiency gains, resulting in an overall increase in energy demand. At the same time, even though hydrocarbons remain the dominant source of energy, the energy mix gradually shifts away from oil and coal, while natural gas and renewable energies gain market share. A global redesign of the world economy, and particularly of the energy industry, is at work. The hydrocarbon industry must ensure that relevant investments are made throughout the value chain. More oil will be required to satisfy the aspirations of a growing middle class that seeks transport mobility. Similarly, more natural gas will be needed to meet expanding power generation and industry activity. To face these challenges, hydrocarbon-producing countries must ensure that, first, adequate investment are leveraged in productive capacity. Two, appropriate investment is made in the technologies to address complex and oil and gas projects. This investment will need to be made in a manner that is consistent with the global environmental concerns. Ladies and gentlemen, regarding the first investment challenge in productive capacity, if you follow the IEA outlook, close to 20 trillion US dollars will be needed in order to build the global oil and gas infrastructures requested to meet the expected demand in 2035. On a standalone basis, the MENA region will be asked to invest over $100 billion every year. As I am sure that all aware, energy investment are a long-term propositions, both in terms of the lead times involved in construction and in the life of the protective asset. Given this, it's vital that transparency exists in the market and the investors have sound information upon which to make decisions. Better data and forecasts will reduce disruptive energy price fluctuations. This will be ultimately benefit both producers and consumers for energy products. As well, the closest cooperation between the many partners involved within this project is essential. A close and loyal relationship between the national oil companies and the international oil companies is a requirement to ensure success in multi-billion-dollar projects spreading over many years. Future production levels will be determined by the investment decisions we make in the present. As such, we need to ensure that the industry has a stable business environment that will give them the confidence to make large-scale investment. Ladies and gentlemen, the second key investment challenge will be to continue to develop and to apply modern technologies. Let me talk briefly on what was achieved in Qatar to explain my views regarding technological development. As many of you will be aware, Qatar is an oil-producing country, but is also the world's largest producer and exporter of LNG. Under the wise leadership of His Highness the Emir, Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, Qatar has achieved an incredible expansion in its LNG industry. These advances were combined with other equally important development along the value chain of natural gas. And technologies were used to scale the LNG trains, to design the largest LNG carriers, as well as to build a unique GTL industry. The completion of such large-scale developments demonstrate that technology's creation and implementation is an answer to the issues facing the energy industry. Such scale of production and scope of products have only been possible through careful planning, wise technology implementation, and timely partnership with international investors. At the beginning, there was a stranded gas resources. At the end, there is a world-class player in the oil and gas industry. Ladies and gentlemen, energy is the backbone of our modern society. However, it's only through technology that we are able to extract its full benefits. In the area where no direct competition exists, technology alliances would help the oil and gas industry to reach our common goal of economic and social development. To this end, scientific cooperation, education, exchanges, and joint ventures could all be used to further our common interest. For example, Texas A&M University in Qatar will enhance its current curriculum by a new master's graduate program in chemical engineering. This program will not only train tomorrow's energy business leaders, but also to develop original research program in Doha. Such international cooperation is beneficial for Qatar and more widely for the global oil and gas industry. Similarly, the Qatar Science and Technology Park now hosts large research program with many major oil companies and services providers. Let's welcome the new opportunity to work internationally to take advantage of human integrity in the field of energy and environment. Furthermore, it's becoming increasingly important to develop technologies that enable us to meet our energy needs in a safe and environmentally responsible manner. In this area, like in many others, interpreters and small companies have the potential to provide innovative solution. They are the key to unlocking the potential of an even more technology-driven energy in this regard. The Qatar Science and Technology Park offers a unique business environment for start-up enterprises in the areas of energy and environment, among others. Ladies and gentlemen, after the COP17 meetings in Durban, it has become apparent that considerable work remains to be done before any collective international responses to climate change is agreed. Despite this, we are already seeing significant advances in increasing energy use efficiency and renewable energy technologies. This includes developing technologies that will allow us to mitigate greenhouse gas emissions and adapt to the impact of climate change. While this development will undoubtedly impact the global energy outlook on the long term, it remains clear that fuel will continue to be the centerpiece of energy equation for several decades to come. I remain a firm believer of the robustness and resilience of the energy industry. The rise of the demand for energy can be met if we plan the right investment at the right time in a sustainable way. Thank you for your attention.